Hi, my name is Kristen Connors, and I'm here to tell you about the story of my life and what's happened to me thus far. I currently reside in Greensburg, Kentucky, and I absolutely love the area. It is the perfect atmosphere for what I envisioned for myself when I decided years ago that I was going to settle down. Before I lived here, I was born in the melting pot of the world, better known as the state of New York to everybody else. I spent my entire childhood there up until my early 20s, and if someone would have told me 7 years ago that I was going to soon move down south and restart my life, I would have told them that they were crazy. Back home, I established lifelong friendships, found the meaning to my life, and I felt very content, or so I thought. Now that years have gone by, it's easier for me to reflect on my younger self and understand things and events that have happened to me that have led me to my present. I know most of you are probably thinking, what on earth decided to make me leave my comfort zone of 13 and go 13 hours away to Kentucky of all places? And the answer to that, I feel, is fate. Growing up, I found pain at a young age. It followed me through decades, but my weaknesses have foreshadowed my strengths I have found within myself. My mother, who is the most bravest, courageous person I've ever met, raised me and my sister and brother alone due to my father leaving us for a life of addiction when I was just the young age of 5. I see my mother put herself through school, become a well-respected nurse, all while taking care of her children and never letting us go without. She's what set the bar high for me on my inner mission to always be self-perseverant. Due to the feeling of abandonment so young, I found myself challenged for many years to get close to people, which people underestimated because I was such a social butterfly. I guess you can say I was the true definition of feeling alone in a crowded room. These deep harbored emotions helped me find my love for art in many forms. I was very involved in dancing for years, and I did both tap and ballet. I did singing, which after years of practice, I auditioned a year earlier than usually allowed to sing at this hand-selected event, and I was accepted. I also decided to try out for my first play, and I ended up getting 3 roles and being assistant director. And the last thing I did was I played the flute for my school, and once I became 13, I was able to graduate middle school, and we as students got to pick from 3 different high schools to attend to. I decided to choose Deposit Central School, which turned into a turning point in my life. Starting from scratch to meet new people, I started to hang around a wrong crowd. I believed at the time that it was appealing because they were so accepting, and just like me, they were vulnerable souls. Fast forwarding to turning 17, I found out I was pregnant with my oldest son, Benjamin. He's 11 now. He's truly what filled my void, and he made my whole life completely better just by existing. Motherhood forced me to be strong, and I'm very thankful for it. When kids my age were learning to drive cars and pick out decorations for their dorms, I was decorating my room with nursery items and became a victim of abuse. After leaving a toxic relationship with someone who turned out to be the carbon copy of my father, I tried to buckle down on my future because life just wasn't about me anymore. I enrolled into college to pursue a degree in criminal justice corrections, all while working 3 jobs and raising my son. After doing that about 3 years, financially the state of New York was sinking, and I had to think of better options, which led me to here. I packed all I could fit into an SUV and started over our lives completely fresh. The first job I had in Campbellsville is still the same job that I'm established at, which is Colton's Steakhouse, and I've definitely developed a love-hate relationship for the company, but at the end of the day, it is what first made Kentucky feel like home to me. Since I was starting fresh, I decided to put my education on hold to better learn how to define myself and what I wanted. I ended up having another son named Landon, who is now 5, and he gave me just as much strength. Just in 2017, I miscarried and coded with twins, and it put me in a very dark spot in my life. But oddly enough, it helped me find my relationship with God more bonded than I have ever had before. Following my miscarriage, I later had my daughter, Raylan, who is now 3. The love I have for my children is undeniable and unconditional. My children's father and I, about 2 years ago, for once again being in another abusive relationship, had ended things, except this time was different. I was much older and wiser and stronger. As much as change has always been scary, it's always been necessary for me, and it's worked in my favor. I've found many open windows after closed doors. Since recent experiences and after much reflection, I found my passion and life's purpose, and that is to pursue a career in therapy. I look forward to one day being a voice for people like me and to feel like home for people who feel lost, which is what brings me in front of you all today. I hope you've enjoyed my story, and I look forward to meeting you all.